We are grinding for some players today. We might hop into some event gameplay after the stream, but felt like trying to get my swing back this morning. So we've been grinding Piazza. We are 6 doubles away, and the jersey exchange away from getting Mike Piazza this afternoon. We are also grinding Albert Bell. We're working on left fielders and right fielders as well, diamond and gold. Roberto Alomar is also in the process of being grinded for. We're not really going for Frank Thomas right now. We have Zach Greinke in the rotation, so we're going to be trying to grind some of his stats. We have Matt Latos and Jason Hamels also in the rotation to be grinding out them, and James Shield as well. And we are also going to be doing some relievers and a few of the closer missions, like Raleigh Fingers is 2 saves and 6 strikeouts. We still have that remaining. We're also grinding our cap, so we're basically doing everything all at once. We are also working on finishing up the Phillies team epic. What's up, Cubs? Hey, were you the one that put on the charity event that Hanzahara and Magunski played in the final? Was that you, Cubs? Because if it was, that was a phenomenal event, and thank you for putting that on. That was great to watch. We got to see a lot of really good talent. Oh, it wasn't you? Okay. Well, were you able to watch some of that? Because that was incredible to watch some of those guys play one another. It was all basically World Series class players, top 200 players, all facing off with one another. It was very impressive. So we're working on finishing up the Phillies team epic. We got 4 more innings for Worley. We have 7 hits and 2 runs for Ben Revere. And then Antonio Bastardo, we got 6 more innings and 1 more hold for him, and then we'll be able to unlock Jason Worth. The reason I'm doing this team epics is so that I can get the extra 5%. And then we have 7 more saves to get for Dodgers pitching. Oh, you missed it? I'm trying to think. A lot of those guys were Twitch streamers. There's a few of them that streamed it for YouTube. So this is, I'm talking about the team epic exchange right here. I'm going to either end up using it for Bob Gibson, because his jersey exchanges are incredibly expensive. Like if you tried to do the jersey exchanges or the hat exchanges for Bob Gibson, since he only played for one team, a lot of these prices are way blown up. And I might also use the team epic exchange for Chipper Jones. Same thing, he played his entire career for one team. What are you eating for lunch? I probably should have ate before I started streaming, but here we are. So we're gonna get started into just some mindless grinding. If you don't mind watching grinding while you're grinding yourself, or if you're playing the event. Well, oh, you're having pasta from Olive Garden? Nice. What kind? Chicken Alfredo? Maybe some red sauce pasta? We're 1 save away from getting Guerra as well. I'm going to use him to kind of finish off the Dodgers team epic as well. Like I said, I need 7 more saves for the Dodgers to be finished, and then we'll get Steve Garvey. We'll plug him in, get his stats, and then we'll get the Dodgers finished up as well, in addition to the Phillies. And then we can decide whether or not we want to use that exchange on Gibson or Chipper Jones. So let's and we were trying to buy Vita Blue, but I'm not willing to pay that price for him because I don't know if he's going to work in this game. Mainly because everybody has lineups that can crush lefties. So I've been kind of hesitant to put in a large buy order to try to purchase Vita Blue, but Vita Blue and Matt Harvey are 2 guys I want to try out. We are going to do our grinding at Laughing Mountain Park. Oh, just regular pastas with meat sauce, meatballs, and Parmesan cheese. Nice, that sounds good. I got some leftover pizza that I'll probably break into. Or I might just do like an apple. I'm not sure yet. Alright, for Jason Hamels, we gotta go 7 innings with 8 strikeouts and get 1 win. And we'll finish up his mission. These ones are easy. The ones that don't require a complete game shutout, they're very easy to do. Like the Matt Latos 1 game is 1 win, 8 innings, 9 Ks. And James Shields, I think James Shields is a complete game shutout, which kind of sucks for his 1 game. You're Italian? Meatball. So we'll be grinding here for the next hour or 2. If we get bored with it, we might hop over into the event for a little bit. This Jason Hamill card's not bad. It's got some nice movement on his pitches. His velocity is 95. 95 velocity is serviceable. His per 9s aren't that great. Yeah, the White Sox. They're the easiest one to grind against. Mostly because they have a lot of righties in their lineup, and Piazza, the bronze Piazza card, doesn't hit lefties that well. And I need to get a few more doubles, right? I need 6 more doubles. Viewer games, we're not to the point where we have enough viewers to do viewer games, but every once in a while I do play viewers. Either for a warm-up or if somebody has been asking for quite a while to play. Sometimes we'll do those games. Yeah, potentially. Yeah, we could definitely play later. Really depends on what I feel like doing this afternoon. I really got to get the grind for the event going because I got to travel again at the end of next week. So I gotta get these events in. Yeah, not now. Did Ben Revere just take him deep? I was gonna say he didn't have hardly any power. Alright, so we need doubles. We need 6 doubles for Piazza. Okay. Stay in the park. Stay in the park. Get over his head. There we go. That's a double. His double mission sucks. But we have 5 more to go for Piazza. Coming to the plate now, Joe Jackson, and he could give his guys an early 5 more doubles for Piazza, and then we'll be able to unlock the immortal Mike Piazza. I'm thinking I'm gonna end up playing him at first base. I'm gonna possibly platoon. Well, most likely I'm not gonna platoon, but I have Willie McCovey. 32. We'll keep him there. We don't want to trying to get that 1-game mission done for Cal Ripken as well. I've been hitting a lot better lately with Cal Ripken. It took me a little bit of a time to adjust to his swing. But that card is just filthy defensively.
This is the guy they're going to have to be careful with. He could put 3 runs on the board in a hurry. So expect them to try to get him to chase something out of the zone if they can. Runner goes for second, but he's safe at first as he gets
You're 13. Well, thanks for stopping by and watching. I'm jealous of the food that you have.
Now the 1-0. They'll try it again from first. Pitch outside the throw.
It'll add another steal for the Roberto Alomar mission. So we'll be like kind of slowly doing the Roberto Alomar mission in addition to doing our cap. And Albert Bell as well, because we'll have a lot of left fielders and right fielders in this lineup in addition to Piazza and Ben Revere. Yeah, okay. I ain't leaving.
Line toward right center.
Just eating that pasta.
Split the gap as it should be extra bases. And to score is the runner from third. It's a 2-0.
I'm really sad that the Immortals came out because I like using Billy Williams. But the statistics for some of these Immortals is just like, man, it's been good. I slept in again. I usually get up like 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, but the last 2 days have been kind of punishing for me. So I've been waking up later than what I normally should. I had to do like a 9-hour drive to get back home on Friday, and that just kind of sapped all of my energy. So, oh, Joey Bats! He hit that over the scoreboard. Yeah, buddy. You got up at yeah. I usually do get up at 8 o'clock. I don't like starting my day so late. I feel lazy when I do that. So, I've been trying to hit the totem pole. You see that totem pole hanging up on top of the scoreboard? That's my goal. It's my goal during this grind is to hit one off of the totem pole. That's at least 500 feet. Maybe 495, right around that range. That's a bomb. If we can hit one up off of that thing. And also, we try to we'll try to break Turbulent Gamer's record of 574 feet. He hit that with his cap, and I have yet to see anybody hit one that far. A buddy of mine hit one 545 yesterday. 543 bomb coming. That is a just tank. Yeah, 574 at this stadium, and he hit it down the line. I don't know how he kept it fair, but that ball ended up going on top of a mountain out in right field. That, good Lord, that ball was massacred. I didn't think it was possible to hit it over 525, but he did. He hit it 574. This stadium, Laughing Mountain, he hit it at Laughing Mountain. He pulled it right down the right field line. And he put it on like one of those mountains, but it was like there's a mountain, kind of like a hill in right field. And I didn't even think that the animations in the game allowed you to hit it up there, but he did. It was frightening to see that display of power. Yeah, I don't think the cover stayed on it. No, the stitching and everything just probably came flying off of it. And the thing was, he did it in a online game. It wasn't a grind game at all. He absolutely destroyed it against a human pitcher. It was like a low inside ball, like right here, and he just turned on it and murdered it. Come on, my dear. I need base hits. I need base hits, man. Base hits.
Riding into the box, Mike Piazza. He scored a run after stroking a double in his first
Another double would be fantastic for Piazza. That's not going to get down. Nope. I don't like that bronze Piazza card. But he did get us a double already in this game. We got 2 in the first game this morning. So that's good progress. Whenever I do the hit and quit method with Piazza, I end up just hitting singles 30 games in a row. Nothing but singles. Never throw. Oh, you're batting with Rizzo? Yeah, the inside curve. Yeah, I don't throw him inside sliders or inside curves. I tend to avoid the inside plate for Rizzo just because of the way his stance is. Same thing with Joey Gallo. I try to avoid throwing those locations because he's kind of got an open stance and he steps into that pitch, sees it really well, and usually puts it over the fence. Well, we gave up a home run to the computer, which is fine. We're not trying to get a complete game shutout. We're just going 7 innings, 8 Ks. If we keep it close enough, we might be able to get a save out of this, but most likely we'll probably run the score up into the 20s. The computer, regardless of what level it's on, usually hits a home run off of you. My favorite team is the Royals. I lived in Kansas City for a few years, from 2009 to 2015, and I watched them go from the cellar. They were the absolute one of the worst teams in the major leagues, to going on a World Series run, then losing 90 feet away from tying the game up in Game 7 of the World Series of 2014, and then winning the whole thing in 2015. So, yeah, 2014, 2015 were magical seasons for them. It was a lot of fun. especially because I hung out and watched a lot of their games when they were really awful. It was cheap tickets to buy, and I'd go with my coworkers and my friends, and we would have a blast, sit wherever we wanted, and then to watch them grow up and be competitive was it was a lot of fun. They're a fun team to watch. Get another stolen base. Atta boy. Atta boy.
Too late. That's a stolen base.
Well, I think the Cal Ripken Jr. mission is 4 hits, 2 home runs, 3 runs scored, and 4 RBIs. It'll get you 3,000 stubs, 300 tickets, and a whole bunch of experience points. No, I prefer them stay as the worst record. I'd like them to get the #1 overall pick. They need to rebuild. They needed to start their rebuild last year, and they did a little bit towards the end, but they didn't get a lot of help with the trades that they did make. I'm not a big fan of the Yankees. I like what they've done though the last couple of years, where they haven't spent a ton of money on free agents and made really wise trade moves. But I've never been a fan of the Yankees, mostly because they were ran by George Steinbrenner when I was growing up. Because I grew up in the 80s, and watching the Yankees with George Steinbrenner at the helm was... it bothered me because they were just the evil empire. Your best players would end up on their team, and they'd come back and they'd haunt you. The Yankees are a team that I don't like. I don't care for. But they're really the only team that I don't enjoy. Although I am going to Boston next weekend to watch the Red Sox play the Yankees in Fenway. So take that for what you will. And I usually go when I lived in Kansas City. I would make it a point to go to the Yankees in the Royals series. They always bring a good crowd, and I love watching them lose. So that adage of popularity for a team kind of sticks with them. It's like either you love them, you watch them to win, or you watch them to lose. They're the ace, the top standard. You compare your team to them. I'm becoming a pretty big fan of the Oakland Athletics too. Ever since I moved to Nashville, they have a AAA affiliate in Nashville, so I've watched a few of their guys come through, like Matt Olson and Matt Chapman. Who do you dislike? The Cardinals? My first game at Wrigley was it was the last game that Greg Maddux pitched, and Pujols was still on the Cardinals, and the Cubs came back and won in the 9th inning on a walk-off hit. It was like a triple down the line. It was Jock Jones, I think, is who got the hit. But yeah, my first game at Wrigley Field was actually I got to see Greg Maddux pitch his last game as a Chicago Cub. I think it was like 2006, 2007, something like that.
Hit hard to short. Played on the backhand. Throw to first.
Man, I want to say it was 2007. It was a fun. Yeah, the Cardinals. Nothing wrong with putting that hate on them. You're a Cubs fan. That's natural. I'd be worried if you didn't like, or if you liked the Cardinals.
0-1 count and the pitch. Takes a curveball right on the corner. And there's one well above the zone for a ball.
Come on.
Boy, if you're going to throw a pitch
there we
like
go.
That to
Painting
this
that
guy,
corner.
You have to make sure it's up above
What
the
other
zone
teams
like
do you
that.
dislike?
You can't do a whole lot with that, but if it were a little lower,
Dodgers?
he can and
Do you like the
will
Dodgers?
make you pay big time.
Yankees?
And he gets ahead 0-1.
Hey, 2 outs, nobody on, and a power hitter up. This is where, as a pitcher, you
I don't know. I kind of like the poor teams. If the team like the Rays and the Athletics and the Royals. I kind of like them, mainly because they have very low budget. And you don't like, yeah, the Brewers. That makes sense. Brewers got a whole lot better with the additions of Joakim Soria and Mike Moustakas, former Royals.
Ground ball sent back up the
Come
middle.
on. Piazza just does not hit lefties with this card.
Ready for another shot now. Joe
I'm not entirely sure that the Brewers are going to make the playoffs.
But he's best known as a major power
I don't know. Some of their moves are fantastic for offense, but they kind of take away from their defense. They didn't address second base, and they still have a lot of gaps in their pitching staff. So I'm not sure if the Brewers are going to be somebody to worry about in the NL Central for the playoff run. I could be completely wrong, but I think the Cubs are going to be fine. And I've been shocked with the Pirates. The Pirates all season have just shocked me. They made some really smart moves in the offseason. But their health has kind of been waning. They've got a couple of injuries they got to deal with. Josh Bell got hurt the other day. He's a really good. Yeah, the Brewers will cut. Yep, I totally agree. I don't think they have the pitching. I don't think they have the pitching to get themselves into the playoffs. Their bullpen's fine, but their starters, they don't have enough talented starters to get them into the playoffs.
Backdoor breaking ball.
And then once they get into the playoffs, I mean, they could rely a little bit more on their bullpen. But if they can't get in, kind of defeats the purpose of having a good bullpen. I think the Cubs will be fine. I don't. Whatever happened to you, Darvish? Is he coming back this year, or is he done? I feel like that was a waste of money for the Cubs.
And he's really getting the better of him now. It's strike two.
This guy's pitching really.
A swing and a miss. That retires the side.
How many strikeouts we got with Hamill? We'll check and see how many strikeouts we have with Hamill. We got 2 more innings to go for him. Dude, I pulled the diamonds, Carl. Yeah, there you go. Sell it, unless you're going to use it. Oh, yeah, we got our strikeouts. We just need 2 more innings from Hamill. We'll get Bastardo warmed up. And we need we need 6 more innings for Anthony Bastardo. So once we get to 7 innings, we'll pull Hamels, and then we will we'll throw Bastardo in there to get 2 innings. 2 innings of relief. We only need 1 more hold from him.
That ball was smoked, but he's gone nonetheless to start the home fifth. Here comes the first pitch.
Joey Bats. Oh, we could put Worley in there too, because we need just innings from him. We need 4 more innings. Stay fair. Holy cow.
He does. It's another home run.
Let's see how far that one went. I don't think that was okay. 496.
He launched one over the wall back in the opening frame.
There you go, Cubs. You called it. 496. That ball went a long ways. Ooh, get through. Trying to kill the shortstop. It's like the only Chicago White Sox left-handed pitcher they brought in, which is kind of nice for this part of my lineup.
That last at bat. That was a pretty good pitch.
So if you didn't know, when you get your cap to 85 and you're doing your second base cap, there's a requirement in there on the statistics. In addition to your cap, you have to get like 325 innings for your cap. But you also have to get some stats for other second basemen, like Robinson Cano, Hunter Dozier, Jonathan Scope, and who was the other one? I think Dustin Pedroia. You can use those guys to complete those stats. It's something like 41 hits, 10 home runs, 20 runs, and I think several RBIs. I pulled it, and it says I don't have to. Okay. Yeah, that's a lot of stubs. It'd be very nice to get that if you're not going to do any of the Immortals that require Cardinals jerseys. This Hamels card is just cutting through this lineup.
And that's cut on and missed 0-1. Fastball, and he's quickly in the hole, 0-2. And he's just rolling.
That's
right
12.
now.
12
Dozen
strikeouts.
for him in the ball.
Mercy.
So here is Avisail Garcia. He struck
Get
out
old Hawk
swinging
Harrelson
on his
fired
last
up.
trip to the plate. No balls and a strike to count.
It's spelled W2F. What do you mean by that?
Hamill sets. 0-1 on its way. Very weakly on
Oh,
the
it's sold.
ground.
It already sold. Yeah, everyone's trying to get an Immortals right now. So if you put something on the market that's related to an Immortal, like Bob Gibson, for instance, which a Cardinal jersey would be, that stuff flies off the shelf. So if you're lucky enough to pull that stuff, that's awesome. All right, we gotta go one more inning with Hamels, and then we can pull him. We'll put Bastardo in there and get 2 more innings to get his up to 6. So there'll be 4 more left. Stay fair. Wow, Hamels with a double down the line. That a boy. Good Lord, he's slow. Get in there, man. Yeah. How much is Rizzo going for now that he's a gold?
So the batting order turns over now.
It's a good card. He was awesome last year. He had that quirk where the unfazed quirk. Drop.
He
Damn.
gets to it and makes the catch for the first
Come on,
down.
Ben Revere.
And the runner not tagging will retreat to second base. Settling in now.
Oh, he's
Mike
still
Piazza,
5,000.
who was
Okay.
retired via the ground ball last time up. Well hit the other way.
There we go. That's
It's
another
into the
double for
gap.
Piazza. I think we have 4 more to go for Piazza. We started out at 4. We got 2 this game, so he's at 6. So we need 10 total. So 4 more doubles for Piazza, and then we'll be able to buy the jerseys and unlock Mike Piazza. That'll be our 3rd Immortal with Griffey and Ripken.
Here it comes. Line towards center field.
That's not going to drop.
Thompson is there. 2
Yeah.
gone. Stepping up to the plate.
The 1-game mission for Cal Ripken, a little tough. Like I said, it's 4 hits, 2 home runs, 3 runs, 4 RBIs. Oh shit, lefty raid.
On the ground to third.
What's up, fellas and ladies and everybody from Lefties? We're just we're mindlessly grinding today, so if you're grinding as well, you could sit back and listen to the docile tones of my lovely voice.
It doesn't look very promising.
Another
so far
lefty
this
raid.
way
You
as
guys
we
are
move
awesome.
into
I
later
appreciate it.
innings. Down by a bundle, it's time to
If
get
you
some
guys
base
want to
runners
see an
and
absolute
hopefully a
ass
long ball to
beating,
get them back
I
into this
recorded. So I drove 9 hours to get home from New Orleans on Friday, and I decided to ask Turbulent Gamer if he would like to play, and it turned into a 2-game series. And little to say that Turbulent Gamer absolutely whooped the shit out of me. So if you're interested in watching that, it should be titled Turbulent Gamer versus Branch Rickey in my my viewable videos. And if you want to see an absolute destruction of somebody, you could check that out. You could watch. You could listen to me groan and disgust myself in anguish after that just absolute destruction. But I spent some time and did a pretty fun thumbnail for that one. So if you have some time to check that out, you might enjoy that. Good Lord, how many people did you bring in, Lefty?
More likely to lead the ball up, but man, he's been good so far.
Got him to go down swinging there. Jose Abreu goes down for
So many of you guys. Thanks for all joining. I really do appreciate it.
Set and the pitch.
I need to. Well, I have all the equipment to do. Hey, what's up, Lauren? I have all my equipment set up. I just need to buy an Elgato so that I don't drop frames, and then we can get a really nice production going here with the cam and you know, the subscriber thing. So eventually, when I get around to doing that, this will be nicer, and you guys will enjoy the stream a little bit more because you'll be able to interact with me, see my facial expressions, see all that crazy shit that I do while I'm sitting in my living room. So we're grinding a whole shit ton of players today. We're kind of grinding in the background Albert Bell and Roberto Alomar. We're trying to finish up Piazza. We're 4 doubles away from getting Mike Piazza. And then I gotta buy the jerseys, and then he'll be ours. We're also trying to hit a home run off of the totem pole over the scoreboard at Laughing Mountain. I think that's going to require a 500-plus foot home run. Hey, thanks, William. Yeah, I'm sorry I'm not going to be able to keep up with, like, Mark Jean. Thanks for subscribing. I appreciate that, guys. Yeah, I have a hard time keeping up with the subscribers simply because I don't have this opened up in Streamlabs OBS. I have that all set up. I just don't have the right. Hey, thanks, Lefty. Thanks for the raid. I really do appreciate it. Yeah, Lauren, did you get the Albert Pujols yet? You were really close. I know that you were completely exhausted of using Frank Thomas. So we're grinding Albert Bell. We're grinding Roberto Alomar. We're also doing our cap. We're just getting the innings for the cap at this point, and then we're also doing that extra requirement to get the base hits and so on for. Alright, so Bastardo's ready. We got 7 innings for Hamels. We're doing all the pitchers, so Latos, Hamels. We're also doing the Phillies team epic, so we got to get a few more innings for Vance Worley. Antonio Bastardo, we need some innings. We're trying to get the Greinke done so that we can start getting into the Bob Gibson stuff. We're working on Raleigh Fingers. We're working on James Shields. So most of the pitching grinds we're doing here, and we're also going to be working on some of the player stuff. I mean, Piazza's the main one, but Roberto Alomar and Albert Bell, we're kind of just grinding as we go along here. And with the players, the hitters, we're trying to smoke one off of that totem pole. So I got really close in the last game. I think I went just to the right of it. You never want to see Thomas again. Yeah, everybody hates using that card. What's the problem that you guys are having with Frank Thomas? Oh, we're also trying to beat Turbulent Gamer's record of 574 feet. He hit that with his cap. I'm trying to beat that. I think the furthest home run I've hit today is 495 feet, so we aren't even close. 574 feet. I just don't know how that's even possible. His one-game mission is done for Frank Thomas. Oh, you bought Springer and Gary Sanchez. Those are both really good buys, Cubs. Those are great buys. Gary Sanchez will stay in your lineup until you get until you end up either getting an Immortal or Johnny Bench. But I think Gary Sanchez might even be better hitting wise than Johnny Bench. His defense is just so bad. Yeah, I've hit the poop house door a few times. Just knocking on the door to let the relievers know it's almost your turn to get beat up. I don't have a lot of lefties in the lineup though, so we're not pulling many down the line. Yeah, I had to do some math. How much did it cost for Springer and Gary? Was it about $2,000 apiece? Oh yeah, we're doing Ben Revere too. I think we need 7 more hits and 2 more runs with him. He's one of those high contact guys though, and I don't get a whole lot of hits with him, but you know, it is what it is. Get in there, get in there. That'll be a double. That a boy, Revere. So we need 6 more of those. Yeah, if I had my cam running, you guys would see me sitting here writing stuff down on a notepad. I keep all of my missions and stuff on that. Sup, Zoe? Thanks for the raid. Once again, Lefty, I really do appreciate it. Get that double, Piazza. That a boy. Alright, we are 3 away. 3 more doubles away from getting Mike Piazza. Hey, Lefty, let me hit you with that mod button. Thanks for stopping by, Zoe. I do appreciate that. Like I said, guys, we'll be getting that cam and the Streamlabs OBS set up here once I get an Elgato. And more than likely, I'll probably... Wow, that's in the gap. What are you doing, Piazza? Run! Run! Oh, that's why you didn't want to run. You knew it was just a walk over to third base. I can't hit home runs with Griffey. He's just as bad as Thompson. What? You can't hit home runs with Griffey? You need to use that silver Griffey. He's a beast. Oh, you used Necro today, huh? Holy shit. How was that? Did you use him in ranked or the event? What'd you use him in? Nope. Stay. Oh, I'm sure that Necro card is just disgusting. Yeah, no problem, Zoe. I love watching your streams, man. You're one of the better players, and you learn a lot from watching the best players. Sooner or later, we'll have to play a game. Hopefully, it will be in a tournament. Whenever Turbo gets that sponsor tournament going, or some other kind of tournament, I'd love to face off with you. Right now, I'd get my ass kicked, as proven by my games against Turbo. Our games are usually much closer than that. Oh, so your cost was only 3,700? That ain't bad. All for a Cardinals jersey. You got 2 players for 1 Cardinals jersey. That's badass. Ranked, we went 7 1/3, 11 Ks, 2 hits. That's gross. And was that versus World Series talent? Yeah, Zoe, I'm probably not going to be able to play in that one because I'm going to be in Boston. If he does it the first week of August, that's not gonna make it. Cubs, I need to do math. Paper to do math. Lauren, you only need 2 more home runs and 13 steals with that stupid card. Yeah, the steals for the center field suck. I finally made it to the front page of the event leaderboards. Nice, Cougs. Way to do it. I saw that Razor made the top again. Razor's always at the top of the event list. I made, let me see, for the last event, I was in the top 20, and then I had to quit out to get my 20-game reward, and then I had to leave for New Orleans. So I ended up not getting Ben Zobrist. I didn't get the last 5 wins, but I was on the first page of the events for Ben Zobrist. Nope. Get back. The guy's rating was 850, something like 56 and 10 record lifetime, and he had to face Necro. I feel bad for the guy. But I would rather have Necro coming out of the rotation as a diamond and the amount that he costs than somebody paying 80 stubs to bring Necro out of the pen for 6 innings. You're top 10 in the events right now? Just kidding. Such a schwoof. Oh, show off. Yeah, that last event was the only time that I've been on the front page. I usually just, whenever I'm playing the events, it's a grind to me. I don't really care whether I win or lose. It just drives me crazy if somebody gets into like a pissing match with me on a freeze-off. It's like, man, I'll just give you the win. I don't have the time to sit here and wait to do a freeze-off for a 3-inning game when I could just start up a new one and, you know, I could get 5 more wins in the time it takes for me to wait for the freeze-off to end. Alright, we're motoring through this Bastardo inning shit too. Reliever inning sucks. I'm not playing another event until I have Pujols. College lefty, my team. Yeah, good. I'm glad, Cubs. Get that team up and running. Yeah, you can't use Pujols in the event. This particular event. I'm excited to get Stan Musial. College, you've used Stan Musial, haven't you? Alright, so that should be another one of those. Joey Bats. I want to see that bat flip. He doesn't do the bat flip, does he? Makes me sad. Alright, so we got a... Jason Hamels is done. We'll unlock that. Alright, so we got a... Oh, Musial is poop. He's not poop. Don't you dare say that. I guess it just depends on each person. Because some teams... Hey, what's up, Coach Y? He does the bat flip big time occasionally. Yeah, I haven't seen it yet. My favorite home run animation and offline gameplay is Carlton Fisk. The Carlton Fisk home run animation is beautiful. It's the 1975 Wave It Fair on every one of his no doubt home runs. So we got Hamels done. We're still one save away from getting Guerra finished. But Hamels is done, so we can pull him from the lineup. We can put Seaver in there, the Silver Seaver card, and get another complete game with him. Who does Hamels go to? CC? No. Wish. Alright, so that's taken care of for Fergie. I've been interested to use the Fergie Jenkins card. Has anyone used the Mama Lefty in the house? Oh, that's awesome. Your mom raided with you. That's a beautiful thing. And then, let me see. We're working on the Phillies team epic so that it will be cheaper for us to get either Cheaper Jones or Bob Gibson. So we need 6 more hits, 1 more run with Ben Revere, and then he'll be done. We have 4 more innings, 1 more hold for Bastardo, 4 more innings for Worley. And then we're working on getting the Dodgers done as well. So what we'll do with those 2 team epics is we'll either use them to finish off Bob Gibson, because we have the Mariners, A's, and Padres ready for us. Because the jersey exchanges for Gibson are through the roof. It'll cost you about, if you wanted to do the hats and the jerseys, it'll be over $100K. And same thing for Chipper. The only thing I have left to do for Chipper is do the exchanges. So Chipper will be ours eventually. So we only need 3 more doubles for Piazza, and we'll have doubles done for him. Yes, the epics save a ton of money. So if you're grinding, make sure you're grinding those as well. So we just got to buy, we'll buy jerseys after we get the 3 more doubles. We'll have that jersey to spend right there, that Dodgers diamond. And then we'll probably go for buying gold jerseys to finish it off. Piazza is one of those cards that's actually, you can do the exchanges because he's played for 5 teams. So the prices aren't, stuck to just one particular team where you're pigeonholed and you have to do all of that. We're also doing this grind as well. I kind of mentioned this, the cap grind. So it's 315 innings. The home runs and the RBIs, those just happen while you're playing. But you also need to do the archetype second baseman. So either Brian Dozier, Robinson Cano, Jonathan Scope, or Jed Jerko you can use in this. And these are the statistics you have to accumulate for them. But once you're done with these 2 missions, it unlocks this beast. So you can see there on the right, the contact is both over 80s, the powers is over 80s. And I'll show you in game what my cap is up to right now, but cap at second base is absolutely the way to go. We need to put in Tom Seaver. Put in Seaver. Where is he at? Did I already pass him? Oh, there he is. So put Seaver in for Hamels. And we don't necessarily need to get those complete games done, but if he gets selected, we'll be able to get that 1 game, tally 1 win with a legend starting pitcher, so we'll be able to get that finished. So, has anyone used the Tom Seaver card yet? The archetype thing is kind of annoying, but it's easy to do. I wish I would have gotten that unlocked earlier because I had been using those second basemen for a long time. Alright, so we'll start up another one. We're playing home because we're basically we're operating on pitching. Our goal is to do the pitching grinds, so we want to be the home team just to kind of make it go a little bit faster. And Laughing Mountain Park is a good one. Alright, so James Shields, we got to do a 1 game, complete game shutout with 1 win and 10 strikeouts. We also need 22 strikeouts. And he's got a lefty on the mound at Laughing Mountain, which sucks.
It's baseball on the show, and it's coming up next.
Seaver is the best pitcher for sure. Have you used Bob Gibson yet? You also have Nolan Ryan too, right? So you have all of them. And you have Necro. Necro is no doubt the best pitcher. It's like you can't even challenge that. Because Necro neutralizes everybody. Doesn't matter how good you are at this game. If you can't hit Necro, you're done. You could be pitching rebel. And if you can't hit Necro, you could hit everybody else at a 350 clip. And then someone pulls Necro on you, you're done. You're done! You have all three. Oh my god. That is a grind, sir. I guess the relievers are the hardest grinds, though. When I think about it, it's like those relievers take so many saves, so you have to play out all of those conquest games to get those saves. You have to do it in such a way that you don't mess up, you don't screw up too badly. Oh, come on, Blue, give me that strikeout.
Even count, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Fastball didn't miss by much, and it's a full count now, 3-2. Jose Abreu is on deck.
Seaver, Gibson, Ryan, Sale, Harvey, Vida, Necro. So you actually have a fun team, so you can just rotate in with different guys if you want to. If you're bored using one guy, you're like, I'll just use this guy today. That's a nice advantage to have. I think they're going to come out with more pitchers because I feel like there's a pretty big advantage for more or less the player arcs and the career arcs as well as the immortals. They all kind of outweigh the pitchers that are available in the game, like Matt Harvey and Phil Necro and Vida Blue, Juan Marichal. You didn't miss anything. We're grinding, man. We're not going crazy. Oh, how did your so you played Necro in a game? What else did you do in your stream in college?
He makes the catch.
I woke up too late to catch the beginning of your stream.
So striding in, Mike Piazza.
All right, Piazza, 3 more doubles. Getting a double against the left-hander is not going to be easy. That might work. That dog might hunt. Get in the gap, Piazza.
He's around first.
That baby. He's so damn slow.
He is in at second base with a 1-out double.
Oh, you debuted Matt Harvey too. How did Harvey go?
Coming to the plate now, Joe Jackson.
How'd you do with Harvey? Did he actually play pretty well against online opponents? I was a little concerned about his velocity differences between his off-speed. That's gone. My cap just hit it out of the stadium.
Next will be the cleanup hitter, Cal Ripken.
He hit it over into the parking lot of the Rocky Mountain Smokehouse. Our goal is to hit it off of the totem pole. I have yet to see anybody post a video of hitting a home run off of the totem pole. I want to be the first person to do it.
Stepping up now, Billy Williams. First shot for him here with a runner at first now and 1 away.
All right, time to hit one off of the Pooh-How door. The Pooh-How.
First pitch of the at-bat. High and deep.
Get into that bullpen.
Garcia looks up.
And
goodbye. This one ain't
oh
coming
boy,
back.
Billy Williams.
Riding in, Jose
5 2/3, 4 Ks, 0 hits, 1 walk. He has less stamina. I didn't want to use him to lose. Okay. What do you think of his pitch selection, as well as his velocity differences? Are they pretty good in this? My biggest concern with him was the deception factor. Like his changeup and his slider are both really fast. I think his changeup's like 88 and his slider is 91. And that's kind of hard for him to do, to be deceptive. You thought he was great, okay. I'm trying to purchase him for like 66. So I think that for 66,000, that's a great card if I can get him for 66,000. I really want to get Vita Blue too, but I don't want to spend 125 for him. I'm not sure a left-handed pitcher is going to do too well in this game. Everybody's team has righties that can just mash lefties. Wow, the rookie gave me an intentional walk. That never happens. The rookie computer never gives you intentional walks. Alright, bases loaded. Who do I have on left? Oh, it's a right fielder.
Pitch coming, here it is. No balls.
What if I can take him deep with Hey Brian Lucroy. Good raid choice, lefty. I like what I'm seeing here, Branch. Thanks, man. I do appreciate it. If you guys like the stream, hit the like button. I really appreciate that. And then if you would subscribe. I have all the equipment. I just need the Elgato, and we'll start streaming with better production. I power swung there. I was trying to hit a grand slam with James Shields. Attaboy Shield. That James Shields card's actually pretty useful diamond if you guys need pitching help. He's relatively cheap to acquire. He's one of the player arcs. He's not a career arc. That's not going to get to. Oh, you're killing me, Revere, with that tiny little swing. Whoever you need to walk with, just put him ahead of your pitcher. Yeah, I usually put whoever I need to walk with, I'll put him in front of my pitcher, and I'll play the computer on veteran. The computer on veteran will throw more balls than strikes. If you play the computer on rookie, you'll get a game every 1 out of 5 games. You'll get several walks. But he's gonna run like a 3-0 count on you, the rookie computer, and then he's gonna throw 3 straight strikes. But on veteran, most of the time you'll get a 3-0 count, and then he'll throw 2 strikes, and then he'll throw that 3rd one for a ball. So if you're trying to go for a walk, veteran is the way to go, especially if there's other hitting requirements, like say you need a double. Like the Ken Griffey Jr. veteran card, if you need a double and a walk, I suggest going for the double first and then work on getting the walk afterwards. So your first at bat, put him in the 8-hole, try to get a double. If you don't get a double, quit out. And then as soon as you get that double, every at bat you should take, you should just be looking at pitches. Don't swing at anything. Alright, so that's 6 Ks for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Digging in for his second at bat, Mike Piazza. He'll get us going here in the bottom half of the second.
Yeah, 3,000 stubs for Shields. He's a good pitcher too. I have a hard time hitting him in the event, as well as where else did I see him? Oh, in ranked seasons, I've had a hard time hitting him. He's a good card to use. He's got good movement on his pitches. His per 9s aren't that bad. So we need 2 more doubles with Piazza. We didn't get one there. So that Shield card is very useful diamond for a lot of people. We just used Jason Hamels in the last game that we played, and that card's actually pretty useful as well. He's got a good pitch repertoire, and he throws some really good movement on his pitches. Granted, we were playing the computer, but in 7 innings we got like 14 Ks. That would have been funny, Shields versus Shields. Yeah, it would have been. I love hitting the bronze one. That card's garbage.
High in the air out to left field. Waiting on it, the left fielder.
And we missed our chance to hit one off the totem pole with Ripken. We'll get one off the totem pole. We'll do it.
Things up where we left off. Billy Williams. And remember, he hit that 2-run homer his first time up.
You have 34 more innings to go for Babe. Nice. That is a terrible grind. Still not as bad as the Pepe Alazar from last year, but it's close.
Thompson's under it. No trouble with this one, and the inning is over.
Babe is worth it, though. He's worth the grind. The juice is worth the squeeze. Just to get the Albert Bell done is a hell of a grind. 700 hits for diamond and gold, right field and left field. Get there, Ben. There we go. There we go.
Revere is there, and he has
Oh,
it for
thanks,
the
William.
first
I
out.
appreciate that.
Ready now for the White Sox, Yohan Moncada, as the switch hitter will take his cuts left-handed here. Nothing in one
Nightbot
count.
has a hard
Here it
time
comes.
keeping up with the commands.
And he fouls this one.
If I'm on the mound right now,
He's
I
a
know
bit
I'm
slow.
in the hitter's head. He was definitely sitting soft. I might speed him up and elevate it right here.
A ball and 2
Ooh.
strikes now.
Who's this, Polka?
Line down the left field
Get
line.
foul.
But this is going to get foul.
No, this is Moncada. Okay, Moncada strikes out a lot, but
Now a swing,
he's
and
got
this
some
here,
power.
he's down on
He's got some
strikes,
power.
so it's
I gotta
2
be
up,
careful
2
when I
down
pitch to Daniel
third.
Polka. Every time I play the rookie on computer, Daniel Polka for the White Sox, he'll just hit a moonshot on me. I hate
Wow,
pitching to
there's a
that
pitch
card.
right there that this guy would like to have back.
It's like the
Very
only one in the
rarely
White Sox
do you see a
lineup that has
pitcher of
any
this quality throw one right
power
down
for the
the middle,
computer.
and
I don't
boy,
know
he took
why,
that one. He'd
but
like
they
to
made
have
that
one
card
back and be able to-
just
And
juicy
we'll
for the
have to leave it
computer.
there as this is strike 3,
700
and
hits
that
with the
will
Diamond Bell
retire
mission,
the
then after
side.
that's 200 innings pitched with one pitcher. It's been tough for me. Yeah, you do that trick that College Lefty does that
Stepping up to the plate, Jose
you
Bautista
walk your
makes
first
the
batter.
run to the
Yeah, I
box
do
for
watch
inning
Cougs
number
46. I only got into Diamond Dynasty last year. I started playing Diamond Dynasty around July, and I started watching Rival Coins and Cardinal Bird. I watched Cardinal Bird's videos because I wanted to see how people were hitting. Because when I first started, I had a lot of trouble hitting those pitch speeds. So I watched Cardinal Bird's videos to kind of get an idea on how to get better, and then I watched Rivals videos on how to make your team better. You know, like buying packs, doing missions, stuff like that, and then watch some of Rivals games when he'd do 12-0 BR runs, and then ranked seasons. And then I started watching Cougs this year. No, I haven't seen Shelfie yet. I haven't watched Shelfie yet.
From the stretch, here's the pitch.
Yes, what Coach Y just said about Babe Ruth. You can pitch hit him with no energy and then land for 140 pitch complete game. Yep. Yep. Walk that first batter. Substitute him into a position, and then you can just put him in for the second batter, and then you got a complete game with him to get those 9 innings.
3-0 now.
Wow, so we got a 3-0. We got a 3-0 count with Dozier against the lefty. The pitcher's going to throw 2 straight strikes. We just want to get the hits anyway, so we're not trying to walk. If I was doing the Chris Carter mission, I would have taken the walk. Alright, James Shields is going to go deep. We're going to hit a bomb with James Shields.
He's ready. Here's the first offering.
That's not a home run. Alright, I'll have to check Shelfie out for sure. Cougs' channel has gotten so big it's hard to go in there, because I used to go into his stream and I would actually be able to talk to him in the chat. But now his streams are so big, he's got like 500, 600 people in there at a time, that he has a hard time keeping up with the chat, which is totally understandable considering it's got that many people in it. And then same thing where Kevin God, God, his entertainment level is just beyond everybody. It's so fun to watch Kevin God, especially when he gets angry. That's a base hit. There we go. That's another hit for Revere. Grand Slam would take care of his runs. Piazza's not the good candidate to hit a Grand Slam, but we would like a double. We might be able to score him from first on a double. Power up. We're going to use that square button today. Come on, Pizza Man. Lucroy, oh my god, that video was so good. That Lucroy video had me dying. And then, like, the next day, Lucroy in real life makes an error.
He basically doesn't have much of an option but to challenge him right here.
Shit. Well, that was a good contact. We just hit it too close to the center fielder. That Lucroy video had me dying. Oh my god, that was so funny.
Here comes the pitch for Garcia.
We just made the switch on Friday to pitching full-time on analog. I still leave a little bit, I still leave some desire, some to desire when I'm pitching with analog. So I'll throw it right down the middle a little bit too much, but getting better at it. We're dotting corners more often. Yes, it's the bronze Piazza. I have 2 more doubles I got to get with the bronze Piazza, and then we'll have the immortal one. We'll have immortal Piazza by the end of the day. Yeah, it's easier. It's easier to dot the corners with pitching on analog. The only problem is if you, well, I shouldn't say you, I should say me. I have a problem of throwing it right down the middle too often, whether it's low or high. As long as I don't put it like right down middle, which is what I would do a lot when I was using meter. My favorite team is the Kansas City Royals. I grew up loving the Detroit Tigers, but I lived in Kansas City for, what was it, 6.5 years, and I grew to love the Royals because I lived there from 2009 to 2015. When I moved to Kansas City in 2009, they were absolutely awful. So you could buy a $5 ticket and sit wherever you wanted. And then 2014 rolls around and they, oh damn, he stole. 2014 rolls around, they go into the playoffs. I go to the Oakland A's Kansas City Royals playoff game, wild card playoff game in 2014, and it was the best baseball game I have ever attended. It was absolutely amazing. Back and forth affair, went into the 14 innings. The crowd was in it the whole game, and I swear it felt like the crowd affected the outcome of the game. I think I'm going to stream for maybe 2 to 3 hours today. I'm going to try to do as many of these as possible. You ever play softball? Yes. Yeah, Brian. Holy shit. I used to play softball out there all the time, Monkey Mountain. I used to be on a couple of really good softball teams. Played several tournaments out there on Saturdays in the summertime. From, let me see, I played on that team from 2010 to 2014. And I can't remember what we used to call ourselves, but I used to play with, what's his name?
Will run this one down.
Shit, I can't remember that guy's name.
That's the first out of the inning.
But yeah, we used to play out there all the time. Yeah, it was a blast. That state, that complex is kind of dirty though. That's gone. We hit one in the opposite field for Cal Ripken.
Settling in now, Billy Williams.
Yeah, me too. We played a couple state tournaments up there. I'm from Southeast Missouri. Okay. Yeah, I lived in Lenexa when I lived in Kansas. So a lot of the people that I played softball with lived out in Lee's Summit, and we would play a lot of tournaments on Saturday out there at Monkey Mountain. I can't remember the umpire, the guy that used to run those tournaments on Saturdays, but that guy used to crack me up all the time.
Back up the middle, backhanded.
Yeah, the guy that ran the team was a Marine. He used to run his mouth all the time too, which got us in trouble because we played one team. I think we were a D class team, and we played a team that was well, we were in the tournament, and we won every game, and we were supposed to be in the final, but the guy that was running the tournament gave the final to a C class team that we beat, because they paid more money and they needed that that tournament win to get into the state tournament. So he gave the championship game to them, and we ended up getting into a fight in the parking lot with that C-class team. And as soon as my team started getting into a fight with those guys, I was like, I'm out of here. You guys are idiots. I'm not fighting over this stupid shit. It's just rec league softball, and we're just playing in a tournament for fun. I was like, we paid like $20. Who cares if we don't get to play in the championship game? Stay in the stadium. Oh my God, I thought I gave up a home run. Alright, the complete game shutout still intact. Yeah, but playing softball in Kansas City was miserable in the summertime, especially July and August. It'd be 110 degrees, the wind would be blowing about 20 miles an hour, so it felt like an oven everywhere you went. Alright, get us a strikeout. Ooh.
Did a good job to shorten
That's
up and
shady as
protect the
hell,
plate.
but the
He
drama
now
sounds
has
very
another
familiar.
shot at
Yeah,
it
I
here.
watched one guy, this big human being, like 6'4",
He's got another one.
285 pounds.
13 strikeouts
He
now
got
in the
upset because he
inning
got
is
called
over.
out on strikes, so he does a bat flip. And he throws it straight up into the air, and that thing stuck perfectly on like the third tier of the chain link fence. So his $300 base, softball bat was stuck in the fence 30 feet up in the air, and he got one of his skinny teammates to climb the fence and pull the bat out of the fence. The dude was hanging up in the air 30 feet up, pulling this bat out, trying not to fall to his death. And everybody's just sitting there just laughing because it's like, man, if that 285-pound guy would have tried to climb that fence, the fence would have came down.
There's a drive
JD with a deep drive. That's going to go onto the street. Yes, sir.
No chance to make a
What's
play
up,
on
it's
that
Dingers? How you been, man?
Santiago gets the call to pitch
Yeah,
here.
Missouri's awful in the summertime. You guys have more bugs out there in Missouri.
Couple of innings for his guys.
You just have more water. Period.
Ryan Dozier will be the first one to greet him as
Yeah,
they start fresh here.
rec league
Bases
softball is
empty
nothing without the
following a home
drama.
run.
The stupid drama that takes place in
Here
those.
comes the first pitch. Hard liner to center field.
Get in there. There we go, another
That's
base
in
hit.
for a base hit, his second in as many trips to the plate.
What are you guys working on today? Are you guys grinding? Are you playing the event? Are you trying to get in the World Series through ranked? What are you guys up to today?
Delivery to him on the way. Swinging a ball shot
I think I got to
foul
9 wins on the
left side.
event last night, and I played. Last couple of games I played, I wasn't hitting the ball really well, so I was like, yeah, this is enough. I'm done for a bit.
Down the third baseline.
I never understand people like that. We played a C class and some big tourneys, and you always see idiots, no matter big or small the tournament. Yep.
0-2 now.
Grinding.
There he
Run.
goes. Got him swinging.
He's
The
out.
throw
He's out. Double play.
is there, and
That was
he's out
shitty. Trying to go 12-0 in BR. So many good players right now in BR. Yeah, because everybody can get the 9 wins. So everybody's going to be trying to do BR until they kill that. I'm trying not to kill Thomas. This is stupid.
Here it is.
Poor Frank.
Hit back
Poor
up
Frank
the
gets no
middle.
love.
Anderson scoops it
They
up.
gave him a
Throw out
97
the first,
overall
gets it,
card, and
the
everybody
side is
hates it.
retired.
Just cracks me up.
Next to bat will be the Cuban import, Yohan Moncada.
I haven't used
He'll
him.
lead
I don't
things
have a
off in
spot
the
for him on my
Pillows
team,
half
so
of
I'm
the
not
sixth.
really going to grind any of the
Takes a
first base
knee-high
stuff.
fastball.
I haven't even gone after Paul Molitor, and I loved that card last year. They kind of nuked his power, so I'm like, Paul Molitor is not worth it for me. And then the
Struck him
the
out
top
and make it
card for Paul
strikeouts
Molitor is
now
a nice
in the game.
diamond, but he's a
Kevin
first
Smith
baseman,
will
and he's a
grab
first
the bat
baseman
and hit for the
only.
pitcher here.
So I wanted to use him at second. I used that Impact Veteran card last year. He was a third baseman. I bought him for like 50,000 stubs, and I used him exclusively at second base. He was one of my better cards last year. You're 30 innings away from Babe, 4 complete games for Ryan. Big day for the squad. I love him. Maybe I'm done with him. Oh, nice. Yeah, Fergie in process. Let me know how you like that Ferguson Jenkins card.
Got him.
His per nines don't look perfect, but his pitching,
So
like
the batting order turns over now and set to go.
his pitching repertoire, as well as the speed differences. So like that forkball is almost like 30 miles an hour slower than his fastball. That's huge in ranked games. Because you can really throw somebody off. If they're sitting on a particular pitch and you throw the right pitch in that count, you'll get them to swing over it. So even though his per nines aren't great, you can be very deceptive with his arsenal.
Gregory Infante gets the call to pitch here, and he'll try to sort this.
No, I don't really want the Immortal Pujols because I haven't started Paul Molitor. I haven't started Frank Thomas. I've been doing some of the Frank Thomas missions, but that's just because I have first baseman starting in ranked games. But I haven't been grinding those at all. Yeah, his pitches look good. I like his motion. I think he'll be good. Yeah, I think every report and review I've heard on him has been solid. So the Ferguson Jenkins card is a useful card as well. You just got to grind all those missions out. But no, I haven't grinded at all, Lauren, for Pujols. I don't think I'm at... He might be the last Immortal that I might try for. And Jackie Robinson's pretty bad too. I haven't done, well, I've done all of the missions for Utley except for the exchanges. His exchanges cost a lot. That might go. That might go to the poop house. To the poop house. We're doing good, William. How are you? What are you working on today, William? Alright, so we're not really focusing too much on absolutely destroying the ball. That's going to stay fair? Oh, they called that a foul ball. That was at least 500 feet. You just did the Immortal Piazza mission. That is extra. Yeah, the bronze 10 doubles mission sucks. You love Piazza. He's a Missouri guy who was 31. He was my guy throughout my life. Yeah. He's from, was it Maple Grove Community College? I think that's right. Correct me if I'm wrong, Brian. What college did Pujols go to? I'm so pissed that the Royals completely whiffed out on drafting him. I mean, like, what a great draft pick for the Cardinals. I think they got him like in the middle teen rounds. Yeah, Maple Woods College. Yep, Maple Woods Community College. Isn't that like outside of St. Louis? Probably completely wrong on that. Maybe Springfield.
These are the moments in the game that can sway it one way or another. While you get a
all right, we just got to get through. Get through this game without allowing a run. These complete game shutouts, I mean, it's easy to do it against the computer, but for some reason, when it hits like that 7th, 8th, or 9th inning, their computer gets this like comeback coding and just starts smacking the shit out of the ball. But we get the double play there, so we get the threat taken care of. We just got to make sure that we don't. Oh, it's right next to Kansas City. And the Royals missed out on that. Ugh. But then again, he was one of those players, his body type. You could take a look at his body type and he's like, okay, this guy's huge. But is he going to hit? Like, is his bat speed going to be enough to hit Major League pitching? So I could see why a lot of the teams got turned off on him. But the Cardinals took a flyer on him, and he's going to be a Hall of Famer. So he was definitely a sleeper. I love those picks, though. Those are the picks like that make your scouting department god. If you can get those guys in the 10 to the 20th round, like in between there, those are a lot of the college seniors and JUCO players. They're not going to be your high top tier talent like in rounds 1 through 10 that are going to be high school players and college juniors and redshirt sophomores. Yeah, he was a skinny shortstop. Well, he's still pretty big. I mean, he's a big boned guy. So you look at his frame, and you're like, okay, this guy's going to be able to put on, like, say he's 205 pounds as a college shortstop. You look at his frame, and you're like, okay, this guy could put on easily 30 to 40 pounds. And when he puts on 30 to 40 pounds, he's going to hit for power. Now, whether or not he hits for average, that's what they were concerned about, because I think they saw some holes in his swing. So he kind of had a slow load to his swing. So when you're scouting somebody like that with a slow swing, you're like, okay, he's pretty big right now. He's going to get bigger. Is that swing going to get slower? And that wasn't the case for him. He's had great bat speed throughout his entire career. He's gotten a little bit slower now that he's with the Angels. But all right, we're going to try to steal here with Dozier. That's a bad jump. He's out again. Well, they're trying to get the stolen bases done for the second baseman, but stealing against the computer this year has gotten a lot harder. If you take a lead, the computer will throw over there like 3 or 4 times and then pick you off. So I don't even take leads on first base anymore. I just try to time it. He had a body type, yes. He had a projectable body type, yep. That's what you look for in guys out of community college and guys out of high school. Hopefully... well, this is what Buck Showalter said this once when he was talking about scouting a player. He's like, give me the kid that's 18 years old, has no facial hair, talks like he hasn't been in puberty yet, and he throws 86 miles an hour. I want that kid every day over the kid that's got a full beard, has a deep voice, is 18 years old, and throws 92. Because I know that kid that's throwing at 86 miles an hour, he hasn't matured yet. He's going to project. He's going to get bigger. He's going to grow. And we're going to take that kid every day over the kid that looks like he's fully matured at 18. Because he's peaked. That kid at 18 that's, throwing 92, he's already peaked. He's not going to get better. But that kid throwing 86, he could get better. And that's the thing about scouting that's so difficult. It's like you have to project these kids. And you're basing it off of their frame, their genetics. You look at their parents, if their parents are tall, if their parents are short, if their parents were athletes, what kind of work ethic the kid has. Because everybody that gets drafted and plays in the minor leagues has the talent. Just about every one of them has the talent to play in the major leagues. The problem is work ethic. Like, you have to work your ass off to get there. And you also need to be able to get there. Alright. You also need to be able to, have a mental capability to be a professional. And that's the hardest part, is the makeup. Yeah, the makeup. That's the hardest part to figure out, whether or not somebody is going to be major league quality based on their mental abilities. Some guys can't get over the fact that, if they go into a slump, they stay in that slump and they never get out of it. The part of baseball that everybody has to realize is that you're a great player, but you're going to fail 7 out of 10 times. Like, if you're hitting 300, you're failing 7 out of 10 times. And there's nothing wrong with that.
First pitch on its way. He pulls this one.
All right, another base hit. Oh, it gets by him. Run, run, run.
Now, and they still haven't gotten to this.
Wow, the computer got hit with one of those online animations. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. Alright, get us a double here, Piazza. Mr. Moon Man.
From the stretch.
No, that's just going to be a base hit. Alright, so that takes care of the runs for Ben Revere. We're done with that. We just need 4 more hits with him. Raw skills, projectable body types, mental capacity, character, all that said, it's very inexact science. It's so hard to get some of that information. Yeah, it's really tough. Moonshot! Is that going to go off the light tower? Yeah, off the light tower.
Digging in and looking for more. Cal Ripken. It was a solo shot.
Beautiful. It's beautiful. When I was in college, they came out with MVP Baseball 2005, EA Sports, and there was a off-season program that you could play where you had to hit. It was like a mini game. It was a mini game challenge, and if you got so many points, you could upgrade the attributes of your players. And there was a tractor, and if you hit the tractor while it was moving, it would give you extra points. Yes, that was the golden era of baseball games. I wish they would have stuck with it, because that game was nearly perfect. That game was so good. If you ever go back and play MVP Baseball 2005, the pitch speeds are absolutely insane. Like, you have to start your swing on a fastball before it gets there if you're playing on, like, the legend difficulty. Yeah, I'm 32, Brian. I think you said you were 31. Yeah, we're about the same age. Yeah, I used to have the pitch type indicator set on, so you could see whether if it was a changeup, it would glow green. If it was breaking pitch, like a slider, was red. Purple was a curveball, and then the white outline was a fastball. Every time the pitcher would throw a fastball, I wouldn't even swing at it, because I could hardly make contact with it. The pitch speed was so fast on the old MVP Baseball. But imagine if they would have kept with that game. They had to create a stadium. If they would have molded it so that you could create a team like they do in Dynasty, that would have been incredible. And then if they would have made it an online game so you could play people online, that would have been incredible. Yeah, I probably sound like I'm a kid. But yeah, I'm 32. I'm pretty old now. I'm getting older, which sucks. I feel old. I feel 32. Yeah, you had to sit on the fastball and adjust. Yeah, it would just take the fastball and then adjust everything else. I used to sit on the changeup. I'd wait for the changeup to come in. I used to love using that Matt Holliday card. It was like I would do a fantasy draft, and I would pick Mark Teixeira, Matt Holliday, and then Joe Mauer. All those guys were for like really cheap contracts, so you can put them on your fantasy team, and if you were doing like the Creative Stadium stuff, you could build up your stadium really quickly because your salary was so low. Here, let me catch up on the chat. You could walk off your fastball real life. You're making me sad, bro. Yeah, we could have drank mini beers. I don't drink anymore, but yeah. What could have been? MVP could have been the greatest baseball game. They just flat out stopped making it. EA was like, nope, we're done. We're done with this. They had the perfect engine. Like, fielding was incredible in that game. And it felt like MLB 2K, when they came out with that, they could never get their fielding animations right. And that game, went in the dumps and nobody wanted it. And then MLB The Show, they're starting to get everything, set. But there's some things that they just don't have that MVP Baseball offered. That if the show did it, the fans would be so much happier. Like, they need to do some more things with the franchise mode. They need to be able to let you create a team, maybe expand. Alright, so there's our complete game shutout. James Shields. How many strikeouts did we get within that game? If we got 22, we're done with it. Alright, William, thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it, man. We got 21 strikeouts. We needed one more. We needed one more strikeout to be completely done with James Shields. That sucks. Alright, George Springer. Nope. Nope. Alright, so what did we finish off in that game? We did James Shields. See, we needed one more game, or we needed one more strikeout. I looked at the thumbnail again last night and it's still cracking me up. I know, I love that thumbnail. That thumbnail's so funny. If you guys, I can't remember if my Twitter, you can check out, I think that thumbnail's on there. Yeah, I can show you my team. If you want to check out my Twitter, it's at that Cody Storm Panic. And I did a thumbnail for Turbo and I's 2-game matchup, and I won't disappoint you with that thumbnail. That thumbnail will make you laugh. Alright, so we need just one more strikeout with James Shields, and we're done with that. We got Hamels done this morning. We need 20 Ks for that. We are 2 doubles away from Piazza. You're lurking. Okay. I'll show you my team here in a second. Let me just double check some stuff. Alright, so Albert Bell, we got a whole bunch more hits to get with Albert Bell. Second base is coming along. We need hits and stolen bases. RBIs will happen. Not working on that one. Jenkins. No. So James Shields will unlock 2 packs for us, so we'll be able to do 2-pack opening whenever we get that done. Okay. What am I looking at? Alright, second base. So we're still got that archetype second base stats to do. We're grinding those innings. We'll be done with that. Alright, so was it William? William, you wanted to see my team. Alright, so William, basically my pitching is, I'll go with Mike Scott, Don Sutton. Chris Sale will get thrown in there sometimes. Brett Saberhagen, Felix Hernandez, Zach Greinke, Adam Wainwright, Jim Palmer. And then sometimes I'll throw these guys in here. This Jim Hunter card has great control, but he gets absolutely hit around. Like, his stuff doesn't have good movement on it. So, I mean, it's a nice diamond to have if you're in a pinch, but he's decent. This Anibal Sanchez card plays way above his stats. Alright, and then James Paxton, Cole Hamels, James Shields. There's some gold cards that are really useful. I love this Scott Kazmir card. He's got a great pitch mix, and his curveball, you can hide it really well with the slider and the changeup. And then he's got a nice sinker. They kind of did him dirty, though, on the pitch speed. He used to throw 97, so they kind of did him wrong on that. And so I like that card. That's the Tampa Bay Rays team collection. Oliver Perez is the 50% Pirates collection. This card is absolutely unhittable if you have him in the higher leagues. Like, if you get him up to wild card, division series, and then even championship series, he's a very useful card. Once you get into the championship series, he becomes a little bit harder to control because it's Hall of Fame. And it's difficult to do that. But his per nines are absolutely stunning, and then that curveball is so hard to read. If you mix the fastball and the slider really well, you can drop that curveball and people can't hit it. That card is really frustrating for people when you get into the higher levels. And then the gold, Chris Young is a very useful gold card as well. So any of those pitchers kind of run through my rotation at any given time, depending on how I'm feeling. I'll throw in Chris Young. I'll throw in Oliver Perez. I'll throw in Scott Kazmir. I don't use the lefties as much. Like, I don't use Scott Kazmir and Oliver Perez as much anymore because they're people's lineups are kind of built to hit them. They're built to hit lefties. But Anibal Sanchez, Felix Hernandez, Zach Greinke, Mike Scott, Don Sutton, and Brett Saberhagen are all really useful. In the bullpen, I'll mix in Josh Hader. Kelvin Herrera is the 50% reward for the Royals. Alex Wood, you can get him for really cheap off of the ticket counter. He has a very useful arsenal. That changeup is almost 20 speed different from his sinker. And then that curveball is really hard to read. Brad Hand is a good one. Darren O'Day, if you can buy him, he's about 4,000. I think he's probably less than 4K. He's a really good, useful card with that sidearm. How do you like that command? What did you put in as a command? Oh, yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one. Yeah, thank you, Turbo. I appreciate that. Darren O'Day is useful. Tony Sipa is a useful card as well with the left-hander out of the pen. He throws a really slow changeup. Pat Neshek has been a guy that I've used all season. This Billy Wagner silver card is actually really useful, but he can be hard to control. And then out of the pen, I use Hoffman Wagner, the 88 Wagner card. Fernando Rodney, who I picked up through the team collections. He's something like the 48% reward. I got Mark Melanson. I don't really use him, but Roberto Ozuno is still a useful card. This Trevor Rosenthal, I thought he was going to be a lot more useful than what he was, but he kind of gets hit hard. This Joakim Soria card is actually really good. If you get a chance to use this card, he's excellent. His per nines are just right. His pitch speeds and his pitch arsenal are all really good. He's got the cutter, the slider, the curveball, and the changeup in addition to the fastball. I love using that card. And this gold Rich Gossage is actually low-key very good. I use Johnny Bench as catcher. Johnny Bench hits really well for me. I have a hard time hitting with Gary Carter. He's got kind of a long swing, but Johnny Bench has got a short, compact swing. He's been great for me. This Benito Santiago card was actually pretty useful for a while. He's got a lot of speed. And then first base, I do Willie McCovey. We're working on getting the Immortal Piazza, and I think Piazza is going to be my first baseman. And then McCovey's going to go to the bench. But this McCovey card cost me a lot to do, but he's been very good. And then Ryan Sandberg. I don't really play either of Bill Mazeroski or Ryan Sandberg at second base anymore. I use my cap, my diamond cap. His stats, I'll show you when we start up the next game what his stats really are. Third base, I go with Mike Schmidt. That Wade Boggs isn't bad. I used Chase Headley for quite a while. He's the reward for the Padres, Team Epic. Shortstop, I go with Cal now, but the Barry Larkin wasn't bad. Gleyber Torres is who I was using for a while. I hit pretty well with the Hanley Ramirez card. I had Manny Machado for a bit. I sold him, but I used Manny. Manny was good. I don't really hit well with Carlos Correa. When I say I didn't hit well, those are mostly online stats. The 283, the 311 OBP, the home runs and the doubles. Those are mostly online stats. But I kind of struggled with him early, so I sold him early. But we got him back not that long ago. In left field, I went with JD for a long time. I hit great with JD. Billy Williams, I hit really well with him. But for the outfield, I go with Duke Schneider. I go with Ken Griffey Jr., the immortal. Duke Schneider is either in left or in right. I'll put Steve Finley on the bench because I love that Steve Finley card. And then in right field, I go with Jose Bautista. And then I'll go with Mookie Betts on the bench and Aaron Judge. I haven't used Tony Gwynn in online play, but he's really good against the computer, so... Yeah, just Dinger. Did you struggle with the Thomas one-game mission? Okay. So, let me see. What do we have to do? That one-game mission for Shields is done. How many more hits do I need to get with Ben Revere? We're going to hop into a game real quick. Another grind game. So, we have 6 hits for him. Runs are taken care of. Stolen bases are taken care of. Alright, so the Phillies is almost done. Once we get those team epics done, we'll be able to exchange those. The Diamond Thomas. The long swing. We'll do one more game. Hopefully we'll be able to unlock Piazza here. Took me a couple tries. We grinding. Alright, Greinke. I don't think I'm going to go for the complete game shutout with him. I want to get that Bastardo done, and I want to get the year done.
It's baseball. It's the show, and it comes your way next.
Alright.
So here is Avisail Garcia. He will lead this one off today.
Turbo, are you streaming today? You doing viewer games? Event? Grind? What you doing?
Here's the first pitch now from Greinke.
So we're going to go 5 innings with Greinke, and then we're going to put in
the first pitch is a check swing, but a called strike, 0-1.
Bastardo for an inning. And then we'll throw in Guerra to get the save.
And it's 0-2.
So that'll finish up the Guerra mission. That'll finish up the Holds mission for Bastardo. And then we'll just need 3 more innings for Bastardo to be done with him.
And he does a pretty good job at keeping the ball in the ballpark when the hitters do.
I have a lot of fun using this Zach Greinke card. Eating breakfast at 2:42 in the afternoon. That doesn't count as breakfast, anybody. Anybody watching the induction ceremony? No, I didn't. I haven't been watching it. Have there been any good speech, PD? Has anyone given any funny speeches yet? Like if you ever want to laugh, look up Bob Uecker's induction, Hall of Fame induction speech on YouTube. It's one of the funnier Hall of Fame speeches I've ever heard.
2 strikes to the White Sox shortstop.
Pujols' single game mission was harder than I expected it to be. What was it? Do you know? Are you talking about the immortal one?
High fly ball after straightaway center. Under it is Revere to take it in, and there are 2 gone now. Ready now for the White Sox, Jose Abreu.
All he hits are home runs. You had to get a double with that card. I hope they do away with requiring doubles next year. Just extra base hits, please. That's all we want.
obliquely to the left. Ripken scoops it up. Throw in time.
All right, we're getting more comfortable using the analog pitching. Getting better at it. Oh, the diamond mission. Okay.
Lead things off here in the bottom half of the first.
Yeah, I still haven't done that one. All right, we need 4 more hits for Ben Revere, and that Ben Revere.
Try to check it, and it's 0-1.
What are you swinging at, man? What are you swinging at? That's not going to land.
Right center. Thompson's under it.
Easy out.
1 down.
But Thomas third to get RBI opportunities.
Now at the plate, Mike Piazza.
With a couple bombs, double, 5 RBI. So, wow, that's a tough mission. All right, we need 2 more doubles with Piazza.
Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Now this is chopped foul to home plate. It's 0-1.
I do not like this card.
He's ready. Here's the 0-1. Hit the other way out toward right field.
Nope, that's not going to cut it.
Has a read on it. 2 down. So
I can already tell there's going to be an adjustment period for using that Piazza card. He's got a really long swing.
First pitch coming. Here it is.
Gone.
This one high and deep to right center field. Thompson looks up.
That is a home run.
See you later. Over the wall. A home
So let me
run.
I'll show you when we get to the top of the second here what my cap stats are at 85. He's going to be an absolute beast when I get him up to Diamond 89. I modeled my cap off of Shoeless Joe Jackson.
Thompson is going to have room out there
because he will never get a card in this game.
Leading off the inning,
alright, so this is what my cap looks like.
This
That's an immortal. That's an immortal second baseman. And when you get him up to an 89, his numbers get even better. Power numbers get better, his vision gets better, his contact gets better, his speed gets better, his defense gets better. I mean, like, that's better than any second base card that they're going to come out with in this game. So I highly recommend doing your cap at second base. The grind kind of sucks, but it's worth it. It's totally worth doing all that work for it. There we go. I love pitching with this Greinke card. I can see why you used this card for so long, Turbo, when you had just the normal gold card in the game. It was like your #1 pitcher. I'm not. Do you want me to test out the pool hole stance? I like the Matt Olson stance. I mean, I hit so well with the Matt Olson stance.
Wellington Castillo is at the plate as he looks at ball 1. 1-1 the count to Wellington Castillo.
No, I don't have all the best equipment. I have mostly gold equipment.
1-2 to the White Sox catcher.
So, this is mostly gold equipment. I don't have socks, and I don't have the gold sleeve on him. So that's all gold equipment. I don't have any diamond equipment on him. Other than the Griffey shoes and some of the stuff for the collections, the equipment collections for those like Eddie Matthews and Reyes. So everything on him is gold except for those. So the shoes, the glove, and the bat.
That was a missed opportunity.
That bat is from the Willie McCovey collection, and it's just disgusting. Like, that bat's got the most power. Like, if Turbo had that bat, his power numbers would be better. Max power limit is 115 versus right, 109 versus left. It would be more for me. You spent over 120K on equipment. Well, that's an immortal. You bought yourself an immortal. All I'm saying is that you don't need to spend that much to. You can just go with the gold equipment, and he's just as good. I mean, he's not Turbo's level of an immortal, but he's still an immortal nonetheless.
This batter's eyes have been lit up.
Swing and a miss. That retires the side, and that will do it.
Getting strikeouts with Greinke.
Standing in, Billy Williams. As he'll get his first opportunity.
Let's get the bats going. Let's hit one off the totem pole. Turbo, I missed the totem pole by about 2 feet to the right earlier today.
And
just missed the totem pole.
riding in. Jose
The Griffey
Bautista
cleats are awesome.
take
Those
his
are the
first
best.
cuts here.
We've hit the
First
light
pitch
tower.
on its way.
We've almost hit the totem pole.
A swing and a
We've
drive
hit it
to
onto
center
the street a few
field. That one's
times.
got a
That should be another
chance.
one.
Thompson looks up,
Yep, onto the street.
and it's gone as they add still another.
Rolling over into that parking lot of the smokehouse.
Striding forward now, J.D. Martinez. Infield in the overshift here. Now the pitch. Smoked on the ground up the middle. Oh, look at the sliding
Wow.
stop. He's out.
Moncada making a nice play.
Now at the plate, Brian Dozier trying to make something happen.
It was nice how Griffey program gives us that for free. Yes, it is. That's why it's the best. I think it's the best immortal card in the game. Because not only do you get the cleats to put on your cap, but that card is unbelievably good. The defense. Hey, what's up, Timmy? How you doing? Glad you stopped by, man.
Up next for Chicago, Trace Thompson, 7-8-9, bottom of the order set to go here in the third.
All right.
Hey, we're still
Two more
in the
innings.
early
Oh,
stages
3 more
of
innings.
this one. They're only down by a couple of runs.
3
but
more
it's
innings.
really
We go to
key
the
for this
pen. We
leadoff
finish
guy to
up
try to
those.
get on and get a big inning started.
Smoke toward the hole. It's flagged down deep in the hole. Throw to first in time, and the leadoff man is gone to start the
Yeah,
third.
I need to eat lunch too. Would have been nice if the immortal program. Yeah, each one of them. That would have been disgusting.
Left-handed here.
Imagine like, I wonder what they would do for Babe Ruth.
And he starts the number 8 hitter with a strike. Nothing in
What
one.
kind of, alright, what pieces of equipment do you think they would come out with for each one of the immortals? If you were to guess, like if you wanted to guess, so Griffey has the cleats. Pick a piece of equipment for each one of the immortals, like a bat or batting gloves, or you know, catcher's gear, or sleeves, or something like that. What do you guys think? If you were to pick like pieces of equipment, what one would line up for each one of the immortals? You think the bat for Babe? Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. It's kind of weird, like Shoeless Joe Jackson. If you don't know his history, he had a bat that weighed like 44 ounces. It was like really heavy. And he called it Black Betsy. And you know that story from The Natural where the lightning hit a tree branch and then he carved the bat out of the tree branch and made it into his bat that he used in the game? That's actually a real life story based on Shoeless Joe Jackson. He made that bat called Black Betsy, loaded up with pine tar and all kinds of nasty shit. And Shoeless Joe Jackson used that bat basically his entire career, never broke it. And back then, those guys used to be able to, if you broke a bat, like Willie Horton for the Detroit Tigers used to break his bat all the time, and then he would take nails and screws, and he would like nail his bat back together. So he would use his bat with all kinds of shit like nailed into it. But same thing with Shoeless Joe Jackson. He never broke that bat. Used that bat his whole career. And he was one of the best players of all time. He'll never get into the Hall of Fame because of what he did. They bet on baseball. They are never going to make it into the Hall of Fame. Babe Ruth patterned his swing off of Shoeless Joe Jackson. So when you see tape of, there we go, Ben Revere, another base hit. You see tape of Babe Ruth swinging. That's what Shoeless Joe Jackson looked like when he was swinging. Although he was about 50 pounds lighter. We're gonna go ahead and hit and run.
First pitch on its way. Pitch outside the throw.
No.
Oh, but he thought better of it as he
I would love to find a league for me to play on. Yeah.
Throw over to the bag.
I wish they still did online franchise. That was kind of disappointing when they did away with that. But I don't think their servers could handle the load. They need to figure that out for next year and hopefully bring it back. Damn it, Piazza. I needed that to be a double. You're useless, Piazza. You're useless. Alright, our cap is going deep. He's going to hit it off the poop house.
We'll see what he's got in store for us here. Here's the first pitch to him.
Oh, hit the totem pole. Hit the totem pole.
Got plenty of distance.
Oh, so close. All right, we hit it off the scoreboard.
Coming to the plate now, Cal Ripken hit it hard but lined out in his first at-bat.
We're trying to hit that totem pole.
Ready, here's the first offering.
Yeah, online franchise. I don't think they have the... Ooh, we're going for it again.
And there's no doubt about it.
Oh, off the scoreboard again. Online franchise was legit. I feel like it went away to push DD more and sell stubs. Maybe. I think it had more to do with the server load. I don't think they were able to handle all of the DD stuff in addition to online franchise. Did you guys notice that after the first month they took away the home run distances? I think that was another thing that they were having trouble with the servers. So no longer after you hit a home run do you see home run distance pop up at the top part of the screen. So, you know, once they get the server stuff completely perfected, I think we'll see online franchise come back. I don't know if it's going to come back next year, but I hope it does. And I really hope that they come out with a create a team thing for your franchise mode. Like, it'd be awesome if you could do expansion for 2 more teams, and then it could redo the schedule for you. And then you could create stadiums. Because I would love to create a franchise in Nashville. Maybe one day we will get a franchise in Nashville. But Montreal... Wow, that hit my third base coach? I haven't seen that one before. Online franchise... Yep, strain on the servers, yep. They'll get that figured out. They got to get the in-game physics perfected too. I mean, that's been a problem so far this year. The defensive issues and then the hitting. They came out with a new mechanic on the in-game physics, so that's why that's been kind of a struggle for them this year. Yeah, Creative Stadiums was done over 10 years ago. I mean, how do we not have that? Yep. They'll get it.
But you don't want to fall too far behind.
Ramon talked about it last year during their streams before the game launched in 2017. And they talked about it like they were going to bring it into this year's game. We weren't that lucky. They came out with the batting stance creator. I really was pissed off when they were like hyping it. They're like, oh, this is something that everybody wanted. And then they're like, batting stance creator. And I was like, what the fuck? Who wanted batting stance creator? I had never heard of that. I was like, I didn't know that that was such a hot commodity. That blew my mind. I thought for sure they were talking about create a stadium. Now, I don't want them to create a stadium option for DD. I think that would be a terrible idea. But for offline franchise and online franchise mode, I think it would be fun to have a create a stadium as well as kind of like an expansion. You should be able to catch that. Yeah, buddy. Finally got one of those animations. I see some moonshots in Halloween League that J Turbo would be challenged by. 574 feet, for real? I'd love to see what a 575-foot home run looked like in real life. That would be unbelievable. There's a story of Babe Ruth hitting the clock tower at Wrigley Field, and whenever you play at Wrigley, take a look at the clock in center field, dead center, and look at how far that is. That's a story that they did. Apparently one of the mythos about Babe Ruth is he hit that clock tower, dead center. That's like 550 feet. Yeah, like Madden. Who wants these little I hate those souvenirs. I wish they wouldn't have got those souvenirs in the game. That's a total paywall. They knew what they were doing when they put those in. Alright, another base hit for our second baseman. Big Mac and Bonds hit him close to that. Yes, they hit a few over 500. Not as many as you think. Let's get him going. There's a seat that is painted red in Fenway that I think it's I want to say it's about 530 feet away from home plate. It's in right center field, and Ted Williams is apparently he hit that seat. And they asked David Ortiz if that was even possible, and David Ortiz is like, no, I've done batting practice in this stadium for years and years and years, and nobody's even come close to that seat way out there in right center field.
And he'll get into third here on the fly out, so he's 90
All right, Piazza, give me a double. Give me a double, Piazza.
Digging in, Mike Piazza. He reached on a single last
We need
time,
two more doubles with the pizza man. That
Swing
might be a double.
line
That's a
drive.
double.
That's gonna be trouble.
Atta baby. One more double for Piazza, and then that immortal will be ours. Many have been a stretch, but they did hit him. Yeah, yes.
Answers the call from the pen here in the
I think the
fourth.
longest recorded home run is Mark McGuire hitting a home run off of Randy Johnson that went like 520 feet, 525 feet. I think that's the longest recorded one that they have.
Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch.
Got it.
He gets a hold of
Got
this one
him.
as it's in the
Light
air
tower.
to deep left. Does
Ooh,
he
just missed
have
the light
another
tower.
one? He does. It's another home
Shoeless
run.
Joe Jackson with the bomb.
Ready once again. Cal Ripken comes in 1 for
Ah, I
2
love it
with
when the
that
computer
home
throws it
run
right down the middle.
And in that last at bat,
Into the Voorhees. Oh, you got Jason Voorhees.
because he certainly got a breaking
Nice.
ball, and he didn't miss it. Hit it right on the screws.
Friday the
Number 18
13th.
is there, and he makes the catch for the out.
Hard ball
Digging in
for
once
a third
again,
baseman.
Billy
Oh,
Williams.
nice.
He'll
Okay,
try to
cool,
follow
cool,
up
cool.
the double in
You have
his
such
last
a
at-bat.
vivid
Another big
imagination.
hit
I
by
love it,
here.
man. It's beautiful.
First
It's a beautiful
pitch of the
thing to have that
at-bat.
kind of an imagination.
Sent on the
Oh,
ground, out to
Billy.
second.
Billy.
Throw in the dirt, but a good scoop at first saves an error.
Colin
That side is
Conklin.
retired.
Thank you for the sub, man. I do appreciate that. I like that avatar, man, or that
Here's the
that
catcher,
Abby photo. Is that you with the
Castillo.
gun?
He's
If you're
in
still
to
in
get
here,
things
that's pretty
going
sweet.
here in inning number 5.
This one doesn't look good so
All
far.
right, one more
Down
inning
by
for
a
Granke, and then
boatload
we're
as
gonna
we
pull
enter the
him.
middle innings. It's about time they
Granted,
get
we
something
need
going.
the complete
The
game
last thing
shutout,
you
but
wanna
we'll
do
get
is
that
fall
later.
behind
I want to get
when you
the
have to score a
relievers
bunch
done
in
now.
the 8th and 9th inning.
Started to go around there, but he holds
So
up
as soon as I get the
0-1.
Bastardo
Well, you're in
finished,
trouble at the
I can
plate if
throw
you fall
in
behind this
Jason
guy.
Worth and get his
0-2,
mission
so that was a good job
started.
to hold up right there.
2-1 to count.
Plus, I'm probably going to give up a home run here.
2-2 now.
Home run's coming. Granke's good for at least one home run a game.
And he struck him out. Strikeout number 8 now in the ballgame for him.
Racking up the Ks. That's what I
At
like.
the plate,
That's
number
what I like.
18. He'll look to bounce back after striking out his last time up. No balls.
It was. Oh, you were deployed in Africa. Where were you at in Africa? If you can tell me. You might not be able to tell me. Was that a M4 or M6 or not M16, but a M? Was it M? What the hell? What is the standard issue rifle now in the military?
Throws him on the
Phone is dying. I need lunch. All right. I think I'm gonna probably. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do with the stream here. I'm gonna try to get Piazza's last double and then unlock him so that we can at least look at the glory that is Piazza. But I might have to do that off stream because I too am getting hungry. All right, M416. Okay. I haven't gotten to shoot one of those yet. Maybe when I go with my brother, my older brother, will be able to shoot one of those. My brother Jeremy gets to shoot one of those because he's in the Army Reserves. M4, that picture, I was in the Central African Republic. Okay. Are you a contractor or are you in the military? Alright, well, I guess you would have been ex-military if you were a contractor.
Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. This is line to left.
That's an out.
Number 18.
Piazza is such a good card. Yeah, I think he's going to be my first baseman. Piazza will be the first baseman. We'll keep Bench behind home because I really like his defense.
Swung on and hit pretty well.
Wow, that is a missile. We're going to put a hole in the wall. Get there. Double. All right, that a boy. Oh, you're in the Army? Okay. Yeah, I almost out of high school, I almost went to the military academy at West Point. I was being recruited to Russell there. I ended up blowing out my knee my senior year and lost that opportunity. Kind of need cartilage to be in the Army. Oof. Yeah, but I'm a big fan of out of the military branches, the Army's my biggest one. Nothing wrong with the Navy or the Air Force or the Marine Corps in the Navy or the Coast Guard or any of these other military branches. But the Army's always had my heart. That's what my brother joined, and a lot of the people I work with are ex-Army. Now the Air Force guys, they have funny stories, but they don't get into the shit as much. See, Top Gun. It's not just the Air Force in Top Gun though, because there's more Navy pilots and there's more Marine pilots than there are pilots in the Air Force. And I don't know if you actually knew that. But that movie, yeah, that movie will make you want to be a pilot. I've always wanted to fly as well. Problem is that every time I drive something for the first time, I crash it, and I don't really want to do that with an airplane. Because I probably won't walk away. So yeah, I'm not gonna be flying anything anytime soon. I thought about getting a pilot's license, but not so much. As you can see, they had fighter jets on carriers. Yep. Most of the first guy in space, Alan Shepard, was I think he was a naval pilot. He flew for the Navy. One of the most famous pilots was Air Force guy, Chuck Yeager. He's the first guy to break the sound barrier. He was an Air Force pilot. He used to fly experimental jets out in New Mexico. So when they were testing, that was back in the Mercury, I think it was the Mercury program. When we were trying to put people into space, Chuck Yeager was out there breaking the sound barrier, and then he broke all kinds of airspeed limits. My tutor's husband served in Vietnam. You should ask him stories if he will. I know a lot of people that served in Vietnam aren't keen about talking about it. But if you can ever ask him questions, PD, I would highly suggest that if you can get him to talk about it. Because their stories are forgotten, and some of the stuff that they went through over there is just absolutely incredible. Alright, we got Ben Revere up. We're going to put in Javi Guerra to finish out the last 3 innings. Come on, Revere. Yeah. Needed a base hit, man. There's 30 Halloween League high schools in Dream, and it was set in South Carolina. Interesting. That is scary. I make sure not to ride with you as a pilot. Yeah, you don't wanna get into the plane with me. Hey, look at that! That's our last double for Piazza. We have unlocked Mike Piazza. You guys are gonna see me do something terrible. Your neighbor was in the Navy. Yeah, the guy that used to cut my hair was on an aircraft carrier in Vietnam. He was I think he was a corporal. No, what did they call him in the Navy? Congrats on my first. Don't sass me. That's our third. That's our third immortal. We got 3 now. 3 immortals. I didn't think I was going to get 1, and then we got Cal first. His exchanges costed a lot. We ended up using the first 5 team epics that we got on him. I wasn't sassing, it was sincere. Congratulations on your first. I actually have pizza. I'm going to eat pizza after this. I have pizza to eat after we unlock the Piazza.
Ready for another chance.
Pizza Man, the delivery boy.
3 at-bats to this point. Hit sharply on the ground. Moncada gloves it. Throw in the dirt.
Alright, I'm feeling more comfortable with the hitting mechanics. I was really uncomfortable when I got back. Hopping into online gameplay with the mechanics. I just wasn't hitting the ball. I wasn't squaring anything up. My timing was off. It was just a complete disaster. But we'll be able to do some online gameplay either Monday or Tuesday. The ghosts look like Casper, but people feel like real life. Okay. Now, do you do? Are you able to generate rosters in your imagination for every one of the teams? I know you kind of do different different team names, different jerseys, and different stadium looks. Because that would be absolutely intense if you're doing basically characters on every one of the teams. Because that would, wow, that's an impressive scope of your imagination. And then you'll be able to see them all vividly. I mean, that's awesome. You could write a movie and you could do a TV show on something like that. I haven't started Pujols missions at all, Turbo. I haven't done any of the Molitor stuff, and I have not done any of the Frank Thomas stuff. So all of those player arts, I haven't even touched them.
A ball and 2 strikes to Matt Davidson.
Plus, I like using Johnny Bench. If I have to put Johnny Bench on the bench, I'm gonna be sad. You're gonna have to suck it up and grind for Greinke Gibson. Yes, you need Gibson in your lineup. Gibson's a beast. All right, so this will finish off the Guerra saves mission. We're all done with that.
Hard liner to center field.
Yeah, what I do for work, I actually joke with people all the time and tell them that I go around the world fighting zombies and vampires. Because I'm kind of responsible for making sure that the blood supply and the human tissue supply in the South is safe to use. So I tell people that I fight vampires and zombies for a living.
Hard on the ground towards short. He lays out for it, but
he can't pull it in. They have their own brand of gloves too. Oh, Turbo, what time are you streaming?
Here's Brian Dozier now. He's got a hit in 3 at-bats to this point. He comes set. Here's the 0-0 pitch.
Timmy, do you still do uniforms and jerseys for people?
Back up the middle. And that'll get by into center field for a base hit. And they'll extend their lead even further as the run from third is in the score. And they won't come close to getting him. He's in there in third.
Do that with him.
Now to the plate, the pitcher.
All right, so we'll steal third.
Into the ball game, so this will be his first.
I'm sorry, we'll steal second.
In inning number 7. And now a bunt attempt here as he gets this one
That didn't work out very well.
All
right, 4 p.m. Eastern, so 3 o'clock. Because I got family coming over in the near future, I want to finish before they arrive. Smart. Well, I wanted to get a steal there for the second base, but
from the stretch,
he got a terrible. Get over his head. That a boy. So we'll try to do a double steal here for third and second. 2 doubles. Wow, it took me 3 games to get the 8 doubles for Piazza. Ridiculous.
First pitch on its way. Pitch is a cold strike. The throw.
In there.
And it skips in as he steals.
All right, and then you can do a suicide squeeze
Has a look, now the pitch. And the
to get another steal.
And he gets it down.
Atta boy.
Step on first himself for the out.
I'm friends with vampires. They're my teammates. Nice. So you're on the vampires team. It's harder to fight the zombies for me than it is the vampires. That's what my education background is in, fighting vampires. I went to college for that. Oh, missed it. We missed it. I do for Halloween week, but no one's asked me to do for share play. Oh man, someone should get you to do a jersey for him. I'm gonna definitely ask. I'm gonna come to you next year for my jerseys. I've ran these jerseys for the last 2 years, so I think I'm gonna change them up for next year. I'm gonna come to you, Timothy, for some jerseys, some unis, some unis and the team name. I'm gonna do the team name. I'm gonna let you do the team name, the jerseys.
right there for strike 2.
Home and away.
Taking all the way right there. That
We'll
pitch
play
couldn't have split the strike zone
2019
any better,
with
and you can bet he wants that one back at the plate.
what team he comes up with.
1-2. Got him.
So think of
Time we've written a K next to
almost
his
like
name
Van
in this
Helsing.
one.
He fights vampires and he fights. He doesn't really fight zombies, but he fights the undead.
0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts thus far.
He dropped that curveball in for a strike.
They are
right
creatures
there.
from the Black
Don't
Lagoon
kid
Junior
yourself,
Senior
that's a
High School.
dangerous
Very
pitch.
cool.
He
Very
needs to
cool.
start thinking about maybe working that
Got
back
him.
door, or that could get
They're green, orange, and black.
Got him
That's a
swinging
good
on
color
the fastball
combination.
there. Number
Never even thought about
18,
that.
sent packing for the third time today.
How much of the green do you use, or is it mostly orange and black?
Behind 0-2 now. And he
Got
got
him.
another one here. He strikes out
All
the
right.
side.
One more inning.
So
I'm pretty sure that was all the doubles I needed for Piazza. That would suck if I needed one more. I'd be so upset. I think we had 8.
Set, here it comes. High fly ball after straightaway.
Nah, I didn't hit that very well.
May is right there, 1 down. Stepping into the box.
Still struggling to get that Thomas one-game mission.
Picked him last time up. First pitch on its way. Hard hit ball to second.
We're just we're hustling through this bottom half of the inning. We just want to get through it, and then we'll finish up those missions. I think I need one more inning for Bastardo. No, I need more than that. I need 2 more innings. Okay. All right, last inning.
Next to bat will be the Cuban
Trying to look at my papers with all of my missions on it.
In his first 2 tries. 0-1 the count. Scorched to
Oh,
third.
come on, Ripken. Make that play.
Left field, so the leadoff man's aboard to kick off the 9th. Now at the plate, Jacob May. He's ready. Here's the first offering. Just a tick behind.
I'll make your team a Halloween League team of your choice for October and September. Ooh, I might have to take you up on that offer. Very well might have to take you up on that offer.
Don't try to turn that double play. If you get the
It's a good time to try stuff out in October and September. I'm hoping that they have extended life period on this game. But when they dropped all the immortals like that, it'll be interesting to see what they come out with missions later in the game. I mean, I still got stuff to do in terms of like offline missions, but I mean they've dropped so much so fast. I really liked how they did it last year, where they came out and like not all at once, but over a period of time. Yeah, I'm concerned about the longevity too. I really wish they would have done it like they did last year and just do like 1 immortal a month. Like rookie breakout, impact veteran, hardware postseason, stuff like that, where you get a different immortal for each, and it keeps you playing all year long. Like last year, there was, I didn't stop playing until December. I kept playing and playing and playing. I played 17 through the dead cycle all the way up to 18's release. I see the same thing happening for 18. Yeah, I think I'm going to play for a long time too. October and November are going to be a little bit different though, because I'm going to stream Fallout 76, and I'm also going to stream Red Dead Redemption 2 when those come out. Red Dead comes out in October, and then Fallout comes out in November. Holy shit, I had 9 RBIs with my cap. You were one of the few that was still streaming. Wow, I didn't know you were streaming in February. That's awesome. I think I found your channel, Turbo, on Cougs. Cougs did a raid of you, and I came over with that and just stayed. Okay. We did what in that game? Oh, Piazza. Oh my god! Finally done with that doubles mission. Jersey. Baseball. Let's exchange this jersey Alright, so we need... Alright, Turbo, do the math for me. 275 points for gold jerseys, and we have about 10,000 points. I think I had it priced out to being 39 jerseys, but I think that's less than that now. You guys are going to watch me do something that I don't recommend. I'm going to do buy now purchases. 36.5. 36.5 at about 300, 400 per. Oh. Somebody wants to go on a date with me. Sorry, I'm responding to somebody on my phone. Dating apps are the devil's asshole. You heard it. You heard me. Let's look at Padres. So 489. We're not going to even look at the 596, 515. What's up, Jacob? How you doing? Why are you setting bad... I know I'm setting bad examples for my viewers. Yeah, don't do what I'm going to do. I'm going to do buy nows for 36.5 so I can just get this done. Like, I have the stubs to do it, but don't do that. Put in your buy orders so that you can get these for cheaper. This is going to cost way more than it should. Oh, nice. You got 2 doubles for Ripken. How many? Is that all you have left? Very cool. Very cool. Doing the dishes. Okay. We have unlocked Mike Piazza. We just got to buy the jerseys. What? All right. So he played for Miami. I totally forgot that he played for Miami. I think the move, we'll buy that one. Damn it, I didn't mean to do that. Marlins, let's look at the Marlins. Nope, those aren't cheap. Mets, not cheap. Padres. Damn it. Yes, do the opposite what I'm about to do here. Do not do this. This is a bad idea. Alright, so that... Damn it, I keep doing that. Why do I do that? That's stupid. Stop doing that, Cody. Athletics... Mets? Marlins? No. Mets. Damn it. I'll go back to the Padres. Yeah, this is a bad idea. Don't do this. I think the Padres right now are the cheapest. So that's 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36. And then we'll do regular silver jerseys after this. So 2 silver jerseys. So that cost about 20,000. What I just did, but I had stuff already started with that. I highly recommend you don't do what I just did. That costs about twice as much as what it should. Damn it! Why are the Mets so expensive? Padres. Yeah, that's not bad. All right. There he is. Sweet. We have unlocked Mike Piazza. Let's go and find a good Mike Piazza quote, and then we will post this on Twitter. That's perfect. Oh my God, that's so good. I feel pretty good. My body actually looks like an old banana, but it's fine. That's a Mike Piazza quote. All right, let me send this out, and then we'll wrap up what we're doing, and then we're going to we're gonna raid. Start giving me some options in the chat if you could, for people to raid. Sorry for the blue screen. I apologize for that. Alright, so let me see here. What's up, Swolf? You're catching me at the end. We just unlocked Mike Piazza. Look at all those stubs. Just living in the stubs. His one-game mission is not bad. 3 hits, 1 home run, 5 RBI. That's doable. Very doable. We did that one. Let's close this one out. Guerra's done. Alright, so Guerra's done. We finished that mission. I think he goes towards Fingers, right? Yep, probably Fingers. Who has 119 subs? Oh, you got someone in mind? Okay, yep. Yeah, if you can put, when we're ready, put the link in there, and then we'll go with it. Alright, so I need 2 more hits with Ben Revere. 3 more innings with Bastardo. And no, the holds are done. Nice. So that's done. So 3 more innings for him, and then 4 more innings with Worley. And then 6 more saves for him, and he's done. Alright. Let me take a peek real quick and see who's on as well, just to see if I find somebody that we can chase. We're getting that one finished up 2. I keep forgetting that there's doubles in that. Albert Bell. Getting there. Roberto Alomar. We basically just need stolen bases for that. And that's done. Greinke, we got another win for Greinke. Alright, so Greinke will be close to being finished. CC, we're working on CC. Raleigh Fingers, we're working on that too. Alright, Turbo, who's your suggestion? I got Baseball Kings popping up on mine. Turbo, who do you think, who's good for a raid? Who's, do you got a name to drop in the chat? Colin, thanks for subscribing again. I really do appreciate that, man. Thanks, Noah. Oh, Jonesy or Baseball King? Let's go with Baseball King. I've watched him stream before, and I enjoyed his streams. He should have a cam and a mic going. I'll drop the link here in the chat. Yeah, he's got his cam and his mic going. All right, good. I think he's working on career art grinds as well. So it's basically the same as what we just did. If you guys could go over to Baseball King's, over to his site and say Branch Ricky 222 raid, I'd really appreciate it. He's got 13 watching, so there'll be people over in the chat. He's working on the same thing that we were doing today. For those of you that need the link for phones, that's what Baseball King is working on. He is working on... What is he working on? All right, he's working on 99 Nolan. So I'll see you guys over there. Thanks for stopping by. If you don't mind, hit the sub button on your way out, or hit the like button. I really do appreciate it. I'll see you on Monday or Tuesday with some online gameplay. We'll be doing some of the event again. And we might do a Piazza debut as well. So, all right, take care and enjoy your weekend.